Hi, everybody. Tom Van Hoy with Pitt State Baseball coach Matt Murray on this edition of the PSU Baseball Insider Show. Gorillas are now 15-27 on the year, 10-22 in the MIAA, 13th of 14 teams right now. Lost a four-game conference series at Missouri Western in St. Joe last weekend. 6-4 and 4-1 on Friday, 1-0, 8-3 on Saturday. Then a non-conference game at Missouri Southern on Tuesday, 6-4. Play four more MIAA games at home, starting Thursday night at 6 with Nebraska-Kearney. Then a doubleheader on Friday with the Lopers at 3 and 6:30, and then finish Saturday at noon. Kearney is 18-14 in league play in sixth right now, 24-15 overall. Here's Pitt State baseball coach Matt Murray on the Southern game on Tuesday.
Well, hey Tom, thank you for having on, supporting our program, and yes, yesterday at Southern, just a great evening for baseball. Temperatures were in 60s, and had a terrific crowd as Boys and Girls Club at Joe Becker Stadium, and our starter Dustin Ulrich, I felt did an outstanding job. He really did. And he was pitching down, and I felt like the umpire crew was outstanding. Strike zone was outstanding, and Dustin just did an outstanding job. Period. And we get in a situation where we're up 2-0 early, and creating pressure and doing the things that we were wanting to do. So it's 2-0 going into the sixth there, and Dustin gets the leadoff hitter out, and still, you tell he's getting a little bit tired. Ball's getting up a little bit. Their 9-hole gets a little bleeder to center field, and for a base hit, and then their 1-hole, who's a terrific hitter, transfer in. And Division I transfer in, and hits a double off the left center wall to make it 2-1 there, and we followed up. Dustin, I believe, faced that next hitter, and then we brought in Cameron Fisher for the 3 and 4 left matchups, and we get a walk and a base hit, and they scored three that inning, so it's 3-2, and then we go into the next inning, and bring in Aaron Snow and get a leadoff double there, and really, it's kind of, you and I had mentioned just previously in our visit, we didn't defend it very well there, and some simple catch and throw stuff that in my mind led to the 3 runs there. So they go up 6-2, and then we scratch back and had it set up, scored 2 more, and made it 6-4, and we just didn't finish it up. But my hat's off to Dustin Ulrich. I thought he competed has a heart of a champion, really, and so we just didn't finish up like we wanted to.
From a starting pitching standpoint, you mentioned Dustin there, and maybe forced into action a little bit because of some health issues. Overall, how has it been for? How's your starting pitching been for you? And I know you kind of mixed and matched a little bit this year.
Well, that's a good point. We've had our weekend rotation has certainly changed throughout the course of the year. With Nate Arnold once being in the weekend rotation, and due to arm health problems there has been forced out. George Brandecker, weekend rotation due to some health issues there, has been forced out, and so we've inserted. Last weekend we inserted a James Fitzgerald, and Jake Stevenson, came in behind a young Matt Stanley who was inserted at some point. So our starting pitching we've kind of had to manipulate it at different times. But I would say overall, when given the opportunity, I really have been overall, I've been pleased with our starting pitching, considering the things that we've faced. It's just, unfortunately, we just haven't defended well behind it, and at all. And then offensively, we just, there's some. We'll catch ourselves making it very difficult on the opposing pitcher, and then we'll let off the gas pedal. And instead of just continue with that and try to separate the score a little bit more to where it allows you to just free up, not press as much. And but Tom, I guess to answer your question, overall, I truly feel like the guys that are on the mound starting the game have really competed well for us.
I still think, and I don't know if you know the answer to this question, but with 4 conference games per weekend, are there many conferences in the country that do that? Because I cover some ACC, SEC, and some other things, and I'm telling you, if you get past that third starter, it's really tough, and to have 4 games per weekend, is that difficult? And do you know if there are many other conferences doing that?
Well, that's right. I mean, I don't know of how it's set up so much across the country. It seems to me like the Division II conferences in our area, outside of the MIAA, play a 3-game conference, and I go to. My thought is there's the Heartland Conference and the GLVC. I believe are 3-game weekend conferences. I don't know that for sure. Of course, in Division I, Big 12 in our area is a 3-game. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 1-9 per game. So for us, having a 4-game weekend, it does make you consider future recruiting and making sure that you do have that 4th starter and you take a midweek game like this, then you're looking at a 5th starter, which we've had pretty much each week once the season started up. So we're looking at 5 starters per week and 4 in conference, and that'll stretch you out a little bit, certainly if you have some injuries in there.
Would you rather play all 9-inning games? Because if people don't know, some of the games of the weekend are 7 innings as well when you play those doubleheaders.
Well, that's right. Current format right now is, for example, this weekend, of course, we'll start with Easter. We'll start, tomorrow, but it's a 9-inning game 1, and then we play a 7-7 day 2, and then we play a 9 game 3. And if it's for weather purposes, if it's back-to-back doubleheaders, we'll play a 7-9 and then turn around and play a 7-9. Personally, yes, I would prefer, and I would imagine most coaches would prefer a 9-inning game. 7 just seems to really shorten things up, and so I think in a perfect world for. I think the SEC or Big 12 or the 3 9s is the way to go. And for us, it's a little bit difficult with the large conference that we have. I'm sure the travel restraints and budget restraints, those type of things. So, but I think in a perfect world, the 1-9. On Friday, Saturday, Sunday makes a lot of sense.
So why are all the games with Missouri Southern non-conference games?
Well, that's a great question. Our starting this year, and certainly for next year, because the schedule's been set. Take Pitt State for example. We do not play 3 conference opponents to even out the schedule. So for this year. I guess a lack of better term is just kind of draw out of the hat, I guess you would say. And we received the master schedule from the MIAA conference. We did not draw Missouri Southern, Central Oklahoma, and Lincoln. And that being said, once that was determined, we got on the phone with Missouri Southern naturally because of the location. to make it a midweek. It's an easy travel, of course. It's 25 minutes down the road. So next year, Tom, the three conference schools that we do not play is Northeastern State, Central Missouri, and Lindenwood.
Okay.
And we've already elected to get in touch with Northeastern State, once again because of proximity, to play a midweek home and home next year.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of interesting, even go to football, and how in the world Pittsburgh State could not play Emporia, Hayes, and Washburn, for 2 years. That'll change next year, of course, but that's just kind of interesting from a scheduling standpoint. This weekend, what do you know about Nebraska-Kearney?
Well, you haven't seen them this year. Obviously, last year, they came to our place early in the year, and my take was that they're a very physical ball club offensively. Coming in from a different conference, their style of play is a little different than what some of our opponents will play in the MIAA. Whereas they're very physical, and they're going to be very aggressive at the plate, and I don't see that changing. It reminds me of kind of a similar club as Nebraska, Omaha, and while they're still in the MIAA, physical and strong, kind of Emporia State years ago in 07, 08. So they'll certainly be physical and but we're excited for our setup. We have it appears to be great weather. We have a chance of rain tomorrow. Nebraska-Kearney's going to come in today. They're going to practice at our facility tonight, and then we have one game scheduled tomorrow, 2 Friday, 1 Saturday with the Easter weekend. And the weather looks great Friday, Saturday, and it's senior weekend for us, and so we expect great weather, great crowd, and I'm just excited, gosh, Tom, for our players to get out and compete again, and start to play much better baseball.
It hadn't been the season that you expected or anticipated, and hard for me to believe that it's winded down. You have actually 2 regular season series left before it's over. What are you looking for out of your ball club here in the last couple of series?
Well, that's great. That's a great point. It's certainly not what we expected, and at all. And sometimes when you have lofty expectations, and I'll make them. It's clear that we want to win an MIAA championship. We want to win an NCAA regional, and we want to berth to the College World Series. And when you have those lofty expectations, and you're not meeting those, it's easy to let to get down. But that's not what it's about. We need to continue to stay positive and move forward and continue to work and we will. I've personally have learned some things that we'll need to adjust in the future. I'm confident in the system that we have. I'm confident in our university. I'm confident in our community that we can with provided that we make a few minor adjustments in the off season that we're going to get there. We're going to get there, and so the season has the season's been a very difficult season in a lot of ways, and it certainly has flown by. That's a good point. It certainly has flown by. For the next 8 games, I just want to continue to see our players push forward because we have really faced a considerable amount within everything being relative within our sport. We've faced a serious amount of adversity, and if I think that our players will face that for when they're in their workplace with their family, with their wife, with their kids, and how are you going to respond to that? And I just it's my hope that our players understand that you just keep pushing forward and believe in what you're doing and make adjustments as needed, and continue to push forward for our university and our community. That's the main thing.
That's Pitt State baseball coach Matt Murray on this edition of the PSU Baseball Insider Show. Again, 4 home games with Nebraska-Kearney starting on Thursday night. And that's a change from usual MIAA scheduling. Today early. Then the Gorillas finish regular season play on the road the following weekend at Northwest Missouri in Maryville. I'm Tom Van Hoy.